Okay, we talked about new right hand patterns and some new chord variations. So the new right hand patterns involve your ring finger. So first you want to take the thing you've been doing and get your ring finger and move the melody to 3-2-1. So it's, and avoid the temptation for your hand to kind of float away as the notes get higher. Just because the notes are getting higher, we want to stay in the same exact position with our right hand. And you'll just move the bass to 6, as you know, for the subsequent chords. The other thing I didn't mention is that in a perfect world, the F plays once and the E plays once. That gives us a more sort of musically satisfying finish. So twice, and then 1, 1, 2. Okay, so the first variation in that progression was to go E to F. So after you play your F and your E, then you'll go 2 Fs and 2 Es. This is a nice way to just break up the form and create a slightly more interesting form. And you're back to the beginning. The other variation was to do your classic progression that went A to D minor, A to E. And these are the 1, the 4, and the 5 of the key of A. So you'd go out to D, bass on 4, back to A, and then to E. You can think about these as endings to your progression, and then back to the progression, etc. So that was one thing. And then we talked about the right hand, a fancier pattern that you would do just to E and A. So this pattern goes like this. So your thumb plays the first beat, and then it just bows out, and you go 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, thumb, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. You can also float your fingers down to the top 3, and that creates a bit more space. In fact, that might be a smarter way to start this, because then your hand's not too cramped. And then when you change to E, just put your bass on 6. And 2 A's, or something like that. Okay, so again, your fingers can be on 4-3-2 or 3-2-1. And the one way to practice this is to rest your thumb on whatever the root is and just do the top fingers. That teaches your thumb not to pull away from the guitar, which is the natural tendency. And you can focus on your fingers. That's actually really crucial. The jazz blues, you're doing great. With the N to the to bossa nova, to the blue bossa, you're pausing too long in your G root, so it should sound like this. So we're going to call this the intro now. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could do that 3 or 4 times and then start the song. But before I do the form, just fold it into the ending where you go D, where you go loop. This is a nice loop to practice actually. This could also be like a variation to the form. For soloists, what gets tedious is just the same thing behind them. So the subtlest little injection of a new pattern or form can really help freshen things up. And then you can do the song. So that could be, again, like a variation that you could say, we'll do the form twice and then the variation once, and then the form twice and the variation once, and then we'll do the outro. And we'll start with the intro. That kind of thing is very, very common. Okay, bud, have fun.